Hello everyone, it's Nadie, and today we'll be testing out the new Ordinary Full Coverage Concealer. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products, not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. Oh, my sinful little cinnamon pops, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a stunning day so far. I am doing wonderful, and I'm so pumped to test this out. Like, I am obsessed with The Ordinary. I love their acid peel, I love their serums, I just love everything. And the last time I tested one of their products like this, I think was, oh my god, like 3 or 4 years ago. And I think it was their foundation, which I just remember being extremely yellow. Like, every single one of their foundations looked like corn on my skin. I ordered peach undertones, I ordered neutral undertones, I tried all of them, and nothing worked. I think the finish was pretty good, but that color just, oof. So I didn't even bother ordering a foundation to match this with. We're just gonna go in on bare skin, and then I'm gonna try this with my tried and true. So this is very affordable at $5.80 per tube. I ordered 3 shades, I don't know which ones though. I got 1.1p for fair with pink undertones, 1.2p for light with pink undertones, and 2p for light medium with pink undertones. They have almost 40 shades to choose from, and they have quite a selection. It goes very, very light, very, very deep, and there appears to be quite a few shades in between. But their website says this is a high spreadability suspension system that offers high coverage with real skin finish. Their shade is divided into several categories, and you simply apply it to imperfections, blemishes, or the under eye area, blend using your fingertips or a brush. And this does also have dimethicone in it, which is a silicone product, so if you got a silicone allergy, stay the fuck away from this. But briefly glimpsing at the reviews, this is a 7.7 out of 10. That's pretty good. Their lowest review says you get what you pay for. After this experience, I wonder about the efficiency of their other products. Flaky, it looks very, very dry. Shocked how terrible this product is. This other person says you get what you pay for. It's very disappointing. Started to break down within 2 hours. Exposes fine lines and wrinkles. Very drying. Oh god, all of that concerns me. This 5-star review says they don't love the way this looks on your skin. However, it looks great as an eyeshadow primer. I mean, even if this is absolute crusty dick under the eyes, $6 for an eye primer is not too bad. I might be missing it, but I don't see on their website who this is made for. If it's made for oily skin, dry skin, or combo. And I'm not falling for that bullshit that this actually works for everyone, because never has this bitch actually found a product that does work for everyone. But I did make sure to exfoliate, moisturize, so my skin should be ready for this. I guess before we dive too far in, let's see how bad the color choices are. Ooh, that one is very, very light next to me. Probably not gonna go in with this one. This is 1.2. I'm assuming 1.1 is gonna be even lighter, so let's just dive into 2. Hold on, let me give this little baby a shake. And, oh, geez, that was excited. You know, that might actually be a little bit too dark for me. Wow, that does have some super fucking high coverage though, but shit, that looks orange, and it's like instantly oxidizing, which I believe that's what their foundation did too. Let's just go in with 1.2. So usually what I do when it comes to these little tiny baby concealers, I usually just take the tiniest bit right there on my finger. Oh, gosh, that's so light. Then I kind of warm it in between the fingers. And for like everyday kind of makeup, I don't go ham like I do when I'm doing a tutorial. I just like to tap a little bit down there. Oh god, that's just really, really fucking light. Maybe I'll try 2 on the other side. But lightness aside, that coverage is something fierce. But also, because it's so light in person, it's really accentuating the blue underneath my eyes. However, just that little tiny amount and tapping it out with my fingers made my under eye look so much better. So much paler, but also better. And this is just on bare skin, even without a primer. When I do my no makeup days, I don't wear a primer. I just use the moisturizer, and still by the end of the day, my concealer's there. The only thing that I'm noticing is that it is a little bit dry, even in my not dry areas. And so it might be beneficial to use a hydrating primer. In fact, why don't I just add a little bit of the Laura Mercier hydrating primer to this side. And over here, we can try number 2. Never ever did I think I'd say on my channel, let's put a number 2 on my face. All right, so here we are with the slightly deeper shade. Hopefully it's not on the yellow side. Oh, actually, I think this is kind of my skin color. Ooh. That's really pretty. It is so fucking subtle because it is legit the same color as my skin. I just look healthier, like I got a little bit more sleep. Also, I did catch a few sun rays through my window, so this shade probably normally would work for me, but since I have the slightest tan going, this is perfect. And the difference in dryness between this side versus this side is incredible. This side just looks like my skin. It is starting to crease up a little bit. I probably need to powder it, but this side just looks so crumbly and dusty and just gross. Crumbly and dusty. I should put that on my Tinder bio. Here, let's get in a little bit closer because I do want you to see the grossness that this is. Hopefully you can see it. It just looks super fucking pilly. So make sure that you use a really good primer if you have any kind of dryness to your skin versus this side. I think it looks really fucking good. I think what I kind of want to try though today is to use this underneath my foundation and then highlight with this over my foundation, or maybe even mix the two. I don't know. Now let's do it that first way, and if things just start to look really fucked up, we'll start over. It's no biggie. So I'm gonna wipe both sides off with a moist makeup eraser, and let's go in with that same primer that I used before. Let's try one more little squirt right here. I'm just taking the tiniest dab, but really this is kind of giving me the same vibes that the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye gives me. Maybe not quite as pigmented, but it's almost there, and it's like a fifth of the price. Anyways, I'm gonna tap this right underneath my eyes and drag a little bit down my nose because I've got a little tiny bit of redness happening, and that does look really good. However, I almost think that was a little bit too much. I mean, my under eyes do still look pretty good and a little bit healthier, but I also had to like finger wipe a little bit of it away. And now I think it looks perfect, very, very natural, but go in very fucking sparingly. Otherwise it's gonna start to cake up. And I do think this looks good under my eyes. I currently don't really have any blemishes that I could spot conceal with this, but based off the coverage underneath my eyes, which on camera I do think looks really, really good, especially under these lights, but in person, I can still see a little bit of blue happening under there. And so I'm not exactly certain how much you could cover with this. Actually, I do have a little spot right there. Let's see how good it covers. Oh, okay, that covered pretty okay. I still can see it a little bit under there, but it is indeed much less noticeable. But I wouldn't necessarily say this is like the most high coverage thing ever, but I actually like these kinds of products for everyday use that are somewhat sheer because it gives you that healthy but not quite perfect look where people can't tell if you just got fucked, if you got a little extra sleep, or if you're wearing makeup. I actually think this looks really freaking good. What do you think? So I'm going to sparingly go in with my Dior Backstage in the shade 2CR. And this concealer actually plays very, very nicely with that foundation. My goodness, I really like the way that looks. I love when high-end shit like Dior pairs really well with something super inexpensive. It just goes to show that you don't have to spend $1 million fucking dollars to look like an Instagram filter. How perfect is this? Very, very minimal coverage. You can still see a few flaws, but I look a little bit healthier. And so just to highlight the slightest bit under the eyes, I'm gonna mix a tiny bit of 1.1 with that too. I'd leave it just like this, but I am reviewing a palette today and I kind of want to do a glam look, so it might look a little bit weird without highlighting. Plus, I do kind of want to see how this plays with a brush. So let me just tap a little bit under the eye right here. Gosh, this oxidizes like crazy. I might actually need a little bit more of that light stuff. When I mix it up, it just changes so dramatically. I'll tap a little up there and bring it down the nose, my usual spots. And I really do think finger tapping this is the best method, but let's just try it with a brush. Usually when it comes to this type of product, I just stipple it in. Actually, even with a brush, shit, this looks good. And this product is very interesting because like if you start stippling it, it blends it into the skin and looks good, but then you almost have to buff it out. Otherwise it just gets cakey, but once you do this, it looks just like your skin. Wow. Even with that concealer layered up, it still looks so good. Like I have that layer underneath my foundation, then we have the foundation, and then this over all of that, it still looks really good. It is starting to get the slightest bit creasy, so let me powder under my eyes. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of a Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and dust it under there. Less is always more when it comes to this powder shit, which I know is kind of contrary to what I normally do, but I think I'm actually gonna leave the rest of my face alone and only set under the eyes. And how do we look? I do think this looks really, really good. I probably should have powdered this sooner, or at least tapped this out before I powdered it, because it does kind of want to cling to under eye wrinkles, but not that bad. Like we've tested out concealers that were 5 times this price and looked way worse. I really fucking like this so much more than I think I like their foundation, and I'm very surprised that I like this so much because any mention of dryness in the reviews always scares me, but this really isn't that dry on me. What the fuck, man? So this is how she looks. I am really fucking curious about the wear time of this, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my look. I will see you at the end of the day. And we are back. It is the end of the day. Let's get up close and personal, shall we? I did also review an eyeshadow palette, and some of the fucking shimmer is falling down underneath my eyes, so we can try to ignore that. But other than the random flecks of glitter, this honestly looks so fucking good under my eyes. No, it's not the most coverage ever. I do still see a little bit of the blue, as I did before I even completed my eyes, so I'm not sure how full coverage it is, and I'm not quite sure that it's buildable either, because once I patted a lot on, I did have to really spread it out in order for it not to look cakey, and it's really not that bad. But with 2 layers of concealer, I do expect to have a little bit more coverage. But nonetheless, this looks very good. Like, I can fuck with this. And I love that it's the kind of concealer that I can put under foundation without it melting away. I can put it over foundation without it looking dry and crusty and cakey, or I can just use it on its own and it looks natural. And for what, less than $6 fucking dollars? My goodness. What do you think? How does it look? Do we like it? Yes, no, maybe? I gotta say, in person, it looks so good. Like, normally I am dry and crusty right around this area, and it looks great. It covered up my redness. It's actually doing a great job at adhering to my nose still. Oh, and I forgot to say, I used it as an eyeshadow primer, and it worked so good. So if you do get this and you don't want to return it and you still want to use it, do try it as an eyeshadow primer. I think you'd probably like it. But I am actually very shooketh. Like, for the price, this is a very good product. I could see how it wouldn't work for somebody with super dry skin, but like, I have really dry skin, and with just that hydrating primer, like, that was enough. But then I don't know how this would be with somebody with oilier skin. I feel like this might kind of slip and slide around. It's basically like having lube on the face because it is very silicone heavy, but on my skin, it feels locked into place. Like, this is not going anywhere. So this bitch is impressed. I am happy. My cheap ass heart is just screaming and shablamming. I think I'm gonna put the shades 1.2 and 2.0 in my makeup bag because 2.0 definitely oxidized. Like, if you get this, prepare for some of the shades maybe to go like 1 to 3 shades deeper because it legit changes before your eyes. Like, it's that crazy. But fortunately, it still matched my skin, so I'm not too terribly upset about it. But when this shit was on my hand, I was like, girl, look how fucking orange you look, girl. It could be bad, especially if you're very, very fair. But anyways, do I recommend this? Hell yes, I do. Even if you don't like this brand does have a return policy, so like, why not try it? Do I think it's worth the price? My God, fuck yes. It's just so damn cheap. Like, I am this close to buying even more shades of this. Do I need it? Fuck no. Will I ever use them? No. But will I buy them? Probably. No, I'm probably just gonna stick to these two little hoes. This will probably last me until I'm in a retirement home. But yes, there we go. Thank you so much for being here. I love having you. And if you'd like to support me and my channel a little bit more, please feel free to join us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Poplux. There you get videos a day early. You get Patreon only content. Plus, best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy, just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!